In this video, I'm going to share with you the one strategy that you can do that will make you more money on autopilot without having to touch it again. My name's Chris, also known as the Artist Manifest. I have over 500,000 monthly listeners, and I just want to help you in this video so that you can automate things in your business. And one of the biggest things for success in my life has been focusing on things where I do the work once, but I get paid over and over and over again. Like songwriting. When I write a song, that song makes me money for the rest of my life. When I write a book, when I make a music video, when I make a lyric video, that is up online forever. When I write a song and I'm featured on another artist's song and do that, I will continue to make money from the publishing for the rest of my life. Well, when it comes to your music business, we all know we should release songs. We all know we need to promote those songs. We all know we need to have an email list, okay? But how many of you have an email list, but you don't have a drip sequence set up? So when someone joins your email list, they get a series of emails, and those emails offer them to buy something from you, or to subscribe, or get something where you can monetize it. Join your Patreon, join your fan club. Are you making any offers? Let me know below. Maybe you've got an email list, but do you have the automation set up? And so in this video, I want to share with you, and we're actually going to go through the emails and how to set up an automation sequence so that you're just making money in the background. Every time you do those pre-saves, you collect those emails, you add them to your list, and then it triggers your automation. Before I share my screen and actually do this with you, first click the link below and make sure you sign up for ActiveCampaign, get a free trial. But the second, there's a few different emails that I write that people get when they join my email list. Of course, they get whatever freebie that I'm sending them, or if they bought something, make sure I send them the file, send them the thing, right? But then the very first email I send is normally like, hey, did you get that stuff? I call it get the reply. All right. So I send them an email like, hey, just wanted to make sure you got these files, you got these songs, and you got the downloads. Hit reply and let me know that you got it. And the reason I do that is because I want their email service provider and mine to know that we talk to each other and that I'm not spamming them. And the fact that they replied to an email I sent, right, that says, oh, these two are talking together, and then there's less chance of my email ending up in their spam folder. I just dropped $1,000 on you right there with a game, okay? The second one email I send, and I send this maybe a day or a few days later, I call it Welcome to My World. And I share a story about how I got into music and how I quit my IT job and took the leap of faith and went for music 20 years ago, and I never looked back. And I kind of share why I'm doing this. And of course, I put like a link or something like that into my music. And then I send an email another day later. And I'm going to show you how to do all this inside of ActiveCampaign, right? The next email I send is another personal email. And these aren't like trying to sell something. I'm just trying to let them get to know me, right? And it's called The Day My World Fell Apart. And I actually share the story about how I lost my dad to suicide and how I became a fighter, because I have a book called Fighter, 5 Keys to Conquering Fear and Reaching Your Dreams, and how I overcame my fear, and how, 2 Timothy says I wasn't born with a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, and how I needed to overcome fear if I wanted to step out on that stage, go for my music dreams, and not look back. And I share another personal story. And so what you want to think about are, what are your stories, that you can write in an email, and you write these emails once. You only have to do this once. And then I set it up so that another email goes out a couple more days, and I share about how a father is lost and a fighter was born. And I share how actually this story was about how I almost got signed, and then I brought my hip hop crew into this label meeting, and the whole meeting ended up being a disaster, and I ended up getting shingles and stressed out and just kind of went into this depression for a while, but then I overcame it, right? And so the idea here is to share stories, allow people to get to know you, because when you feel like you know someone, you trust them, and then you want to buy from them, and there's just this more bond, right? As opposed to just like, okay, now buy my music, stream my music. Like, let's peel off the onion here and share your story. You write songs, you are a storyteller. Well, here's the time to share some stories about you. And sure, you can connect and be like, yeah, this is that story, and actually I wrote a song about this. I wrote a song about losing my job or going broke or losing my dad, right? And how I overcame or this horrible breakup, right? That you went through. You know your stories, but you want to write these in emails. And then I wait a few days later, and then I normally do this thing which is called a buy or die sequence, okay, where I go into these different emails about saying, hey, you've got this $10 credit off our store, or because you signed up to our list, you get 25% off. And I let them know in the next few emails, and I still tell stories or whatnot, but this is where I start to go like, hey, don't miss out on this deal. You signed up to this list, and because you downloaded my music or you bought my CD, I want to make sure you don't miss this offer. But then it's like a countdown sequence of emails. I'm sure you've gotten those from me or someone else where they're like, okay, get this before it's gone, right? Well, instead of people just doing it to you, do it to other people, but do it in a cool way. Add some humor to it, add some attitude to it, right? And that's going to make such a massive difference. So a couple things here. Number one, sign up for ActiveCampaign on the free trial below to get started. Second is, if you want my actual email templates for this, I'll put my email templates below that you can buy. And right now, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to set up an email sequence, and you're going to do this. And just get this done. Do it once, and then you have your series of emails. They're written, they're done, and now you can just focus on marketing, collecting those emails, import them into your list, and then all of a sudden now the sequence is started. It's easier than you think. Let's jump into it. I'm in my ActiveCampaign right now, and I want to show you my automation first that I have set up. So I'm going to click on automations on the left here, and then I'm just going to type manifest. And here is my automation that I was talking about. I'm going to click on it. And as you can see here, start this automation when one of these actions takes place, when they subscribe to my list called Manifest. Okay, and then I have it set up to wait 6 hours, which I'm going to show you how to do. And then the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to get this email that says get reply. All right, and so as you can see here, I'll just show you. It says, hey there, with all this anti-spam stuff, most emails don't make it. I'm an artist of my word, so I just wanted to make sure you received the music downloads. If yes, please hit reply and let me know so I can sleep peacefully. If not, here's the download as promised. Talk soon and let me know when you get your package in the mail. Now, when people join my email list, this one specifically, it's for people that have bought something for me, okay? And then I wait 3 days later, and then I send them another email that I talked about called Welcome to My World. And then I have it set up so I wait another day, and then I send them another email, and then wait 2 days, and then I send another email, and then I wait 10 days, and then I start triggering what I call my buy or die sequence, okay? And the reason I wait this many days before actually really start making them the offer is because I want to leave enough time for the CD to arrive. I don't want to be trying to sell them something when they still haven't gotten their physical CD in the mail or whatever it is. So, if you're making an offer and it was just they signed up for something digitally, you don't have to wait as many days to start making an offer. You can just send an email every day or every 2 days, I find is good. So let's set up an automation. So I'm going to click on automations here, and I'm going to click create an automation. And I'm going to click start from scratch, and I'm going to click continue. And again, we're using ActiveCampaign. Now it's asking me to select a trigger, like what's going to trigger this automation. I'm going to click start without trigger. All right. And the first thing, if you haven't done this yet, you want to make sure that you've clicked on contacts and you've created a list. All right, an email list. And so just for the sake of this, I'm just going to call this lesson list YouTube. And I'm just going to put my website here, manifest.com. That's where they signed up. And then it says remind your contacts why they're on their list. They bought my music. Click save. Now I'm going to go back to automations, right? And I'm assuming you've already got your list set up. So I'm going to click on this automation 140. That's where it was called. Now, at the top here, it says name your automation. So I would just call this is your artist name, whatever your artist name is. For me, it would be Manifest, right? So, but for this, I'm just going to put Manifest Lesson 101. And then remember when I said add a start trigger? So what's going to start this automation? Well, I'm going to click on add a start trigger. And when someone subscribes to my list, select list. And what did we call it? We called it lesson. I think we called it test lesson. So there we go. And you can, whatever your list is called, that's going to be the one that you do. Add start. And then I'm going to just click exit out of here. And now the next thing we want to do is what do we want to do? We want to send them an email. So we're going to click plus, and we're going to click send an email. And I'm going to call this email, get reply. And then it says start with a template or start with a past campaign. I'm just going to click start with a template. And I always click classic designer, click continue. And I would probably just do, and just start with this blank canvas, start from scratch. I don't want all that fancy stuff. The name that it's coming from, your email. And then I'm going to probably say, here's your music. Continue. And your music should have been delivered, anyways. And this has got an image up here. I'm just going to click the gear here and delete this. Boom. And this is where you write your first email. Hey, John, or hey, here is a link to your music. Download now. Thanks so much for listening. Manifest. Now, obviously, you can write a lot more. You can highlight this, and you can put your hyperlink to what you want to do. Again, and you can click on this gear, and you can change your subject line. You can change everything you want to do. I'm not going to get into what you should write here, but the point is you can drag over images if you want and put them underneath or above. I just click there, click on this image, and I can add an image of my cover or whatever it is I want to do, and then I can delete it. You can set up your email however you want, and then you just click save and exit. And now you've got your first email written, okay? Now you got to make sure that you go from inactive to active, all right? So make sure that you got it active. But then what you do is you click on this plus, and then you click on conditions and workspace, and you click wait. And wait for a specific period of time. Let's wait 1 day. And so now after this person's got an email, then we click on this plus again, and we click on sending options, and we send another email. And we set up and write another email, maybe that welcome to my world email. And then you do add another day. And then you keep writing these emails. And then you build out your automation to the point that you've got dozens of emails. Because like I want to show you here in my automation, currently there's 51 people going through this right now. And I've got about 15 emails pre-written. But what's cool about this is they're all written once, and you can see that there's people going through this right now. There's 2 people about to get this email. There's 4 people about to get this email, right? And then I can promote whatever it is I want to promote, right? And then it's done, and I can keep adding emails. And I'll give you a trick, all right? As I send my weekly emails, the ones that do really well, that get a really high open rate, I tend to just add those to my automation. And then I write them and make them so they're evergreen. But this is work you do once, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. And then all of a sudden you're wondering, wow, why am I continuing to make sales or getting downloads or getting streams or more subscribers to whatever it is, right? So that's the key here. But you got to have something to sell. And as you can see here, I got links to my merch and different things here, right? You can see inside the emails. And what's really cool is you can connect this to Shopify, and you can see like how much this email has made. I don't know if this one will show. Yeah, I can see this email has made me alone $82 just from this one email. But that was automated, right? Because it's connected to Shopify. That's getting a little bit more ninja. But anyways, sign up for ActiveCampaign. I've also got my email of the month templates below this video. Sign up for those as well too. You can buy those and just build this out. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done.